friends, welcome back to my channel. It's Felicia Latrice and we are back with another pick a card reading, okay? Now, today is going to be a how are people viewing your social media account, okay? I'm really excited about this because, you know, in the pre-meditation, it was just so much just bomb-ass energy, you guys. This involves your 10th house, so it involves your reputation, your career, your public life. So if you don't have a social media account, I would hope that you would not be tuning into this video. But nevertheless, if you are not on a social media account, this could still be how people are viewing you in your social network and, you know, just how people are viewing your career, your reputation, and things like that. It doesn't necessarily have to be on social media. But welcome into this reading. Okay, another thing is today we will not be using a tarot deck. It's a specific reason as to why, but you know, we're just not even gonna. Anyways, but you know, I don't really need it half the time anyway. But anyways, so we still are going to be getting tons of oracle cards, and we did have some decks with some tarot-esque cards in it. So yeah, a quick little updated how people are viewing your social media, and I'm very excited about this. Okay, so pal 1, you are Trina and you are Tenacity, and Tenacity represents persistent dedication, doggedness, determination, and someone who just won't quit, okay? Pile 2, you are Versatility, okay? The ability to adapt to many different functions or activities and serve many purposes. Pile 3, you are Ambition, a strong desire or to do something or to achieve something that requires a lot of determination and hard work. So if any of those definitions, word descriptions, or artists resonate with you and you are drawn to that energy, go ahead and choose your selection, and also meet me in your pile. Cut down to the description box and let me know how this resonates as always in the comments, okay? Thank you so much, and I'll see you in your selection. Bye. Okay, pile 1, look. All right, y'all. So before we even hop into this, I need you just to ask for calm, ask for just patience, and ask for protection from envy, okay? Because some of you guys, how people are viewing your social media is they're viewing you as the best, okay? A lot of you have just been crowned as the best, and it is like undeniable now, okay? And it's because you've been so persevering. It's because you've been so persistent. You do whatever it is required to accomplish your goal, and people are very aware of this, okay? I'm hearing some people even crowning you out to be the baddest bitch. What? Okay? Or the baddest boy, or the baddest non-gender binary person. I just feel like your inner and outer security just radiates around everything that you do on your social media. I feel like people, you know, you guys are very envied, okay? You have a lot of people very upset, pile 1, and you know, we can't control how people view us, but we can control how we protect ourselves, because people are viewing your social media with a lot of hatred and a lot of anger. And they're just very upset because you are just like, you have so much charm and you're the best. I don't know, I'm hearing that this realization is literally riling people up and shaking the table is what I'm hearing. Like, people are just like noticing just how rare you are. Even if you don't have like a large social media, some people are noticing you as like a hidden gem, okay, or a rarity. This is really shaking people. I'm hearing that people that you in your communities, your networks, it's just, you know, people are really, you know, upset about you being the best, pile 1. Okay, I don't know how else to put it. I feel like people are noticing that you have just like this hustler mentality and this unrelenting drive to do like whatever it takes, and it's like you get it by any means, okay? You just get it by any means. And I'm hearing that you have a firm grip on the crown, okay? Like I said, you guys have been crowned the baddest, or you have crowned the best out of everyone. Like I'm hearing no matter what these other girls and guys are doing out here, it's like there's nothing that they can do to like take the crown away from you, okay? This is actually kind of sad, okay? So how people are viewing you, Power One, we have the slave archetype coming out, okay? A lot of you guys, you just, like I said, you are like a hustler here. And you just know that the divine is going to like provide for you, or you just have this trust within the divine and giving your power over to that, you know, like, you know how they say give it up to God, you know, it's above me now. I just kind of feel like, you know, this is you. And I feel like this is showing that you're just so brave, okay? That requires a lot of courage. You know, to trust in the universe, to trust in taking these actions, you know, in the dark, or not necessarily knowing, you know, where it's going to take you, or maybe you have, you know, been a hustler, okay? But ultimately, like, what people are viewing within you, I'm getting particularly there's an Aquarius here, or a Cancer that's viewing you, and they see you as someone who's just like, you're going to get it by any means. Like, you never falter, Power One. Like, you just never falter. I'm hearing your throat chakra don't miss either. So I feel like if you send subliminals to people, or you're like, whatever, like, art, maybe you're displaying some artwork, or just like if you're a rapper, a female rapper like Trina, it's just like you just don't miss. Like, your throat chakra just don't miss. And I feel like these people, like I said, there's a lot of people upset and envious, because you just are so persistent, and you're just like, it's something particularly that you might be doing. I feel like it's something around maybe honing a skill, and this is displaying like this skill or this talent, or like whatever it is that you're doing, maybe your artistic creations. It's just like you're the best at it, okay? Particularly there's a Leo or a Cancer, you know, that is very, very jealous of you. I'm hearing, like, for example, if you're a tarot reader and this person's a tarot reader, they're just not very good at reading cards, or they're just not very good at just like doing what it is that you're doing. Like, you know, if this person is like a dancer and you're a dancer, it's just like you're a better dancer, you're a more graceful dancer. I'm hearing that you're just more embodied as well. And it's just like, it's because you work hard at it. I'm hearing you practice. I'm hearing you just like practice. And I feel like these people, they just rush the process a lot. And you know, it's not really your fault, okay? But it's just like, you know, people are just noticing that you're very, just the best at what you do. I'm hearing particularly there's a lover here as well that is noticing that you're the best as well, and it's because of maybe your ego display, or, you know, what you've communicated on your platform. This person's watching you, of course, and they feel like you assure them a lot, and that you validate them a lot, and you're just very, maybe this person's love language is words of affirmation, and you're just very affirming of them, because you know how to show people love in a way that they can receive it, okay? That one. Let's get another one, please. Okay, not that one. Sorry, this deck has a lot of different cards in it. Okay, oh my gosh, let me shut up. So this is what I'm seeing, Power One, okay? I feel like some of you guys, there's something where you were like honing a skill or practicing at something, and I feel like you may have like fallen behind, or you took a break, and I feel like you are starting to catch up or surpass a lot of people who maybe are doing the same things as you, okay? And you're realizing that like there's a Cancer, like there's a Cancer here, okay? I'm hearing the name Sage. Also, like, you know, I'm hearing just something around like our artistic skill for a lot of you. Like, it's just that you did this with just like so much surrendering. It wasn't like, I don't know how to put it. We're gonna get more. We have the Hermit, okay? That's the tarot that, you know, I was looking for because we don't have a tarot deck today. But what I feel is like you're a homebody, okay? We have opposition. Okay. So this person is an op, okay? These people who are viewing you are ops, okay? They're very upset. And I feel like something where you, you know, particularly I'm getting, there's some, you know, feminine energies that are very jealous, but I'm also getting, you know, ex-partners here as well that are viewing your social media here. And I feel like for some of you guys, there's something about maybe some time away from social media that you took that is very disturbing to people. And I feel like maybe you went in hustle mode or you surrendered and you just, you know, had this complete trust in the divine, okay? And you know, people know that you underwent like a very major transformation during that time you were off of social media. With this Hermit, you definitely, like I'm getting definitely taking time on social media. I'm hearing that they knew that you were studying, you were meditating, you were searching for knowledge within yourself. And now like you have maybe came back out and you just like bust out and like showing people that this time away was just like light work. I'm hearing that, you know, time is up, playtime is over, and you know, you came back and you just were the best. And people, it's just like, it was very overwhelming to people to see you coming back so honed, so skilled, and so studied, okay? I'm hearing this time away from social media that you took, you were reflecting on very, very deep issues, or maybe you were just at home a lot. And I feel like with this opposition, in its polarity that is coming through is, you know, it reflects like, you know, your deep reflection and your integration of your shadow aspects through your lifelong learning, okay? Your studying, your meditation, you became more balanced, okay? More polar. You released the resistance and surrendered to, you know, to the divine. And I feel like people know that period that you were away from social media or you took time off of your accounts, that you were maybe you were struggling, but you were they know that, you know, when you pop back out, it was like a representation of like your achievement and realizing that, you know, you didn't quit, okay? Maybe some people thought you were gone for good, okay? So let's see. Maybe you came back with a big butt, university, okay? Yeah, you came back with a better body, okay? And I'm getting that sea energy for Cancer again, okay? I'm also hearing the name Christelle or Scorpio here. This person, they don't have no ass is what I'm hearing, okay? Or they're very jealous of your body. I'm also hearing the name, you know, that starts with the letter F as well. I'm getting a Aquarius, a Cancer, and a Scorpio energy, okay? I feel like, you know, maybe during this time, you know, you just like, you went on a transformation like this. You just surrendered, honey. You were like, okay, I'm gonna do what I need to do, and I'm gonna move out of, you know, this ego that is preventing me from doing this deep reflection and deep introspection that is required for my success. I feel like this time away from social media definitely like gave you the balance that you needed. And I'm hearing that people are also noticing your school, or they're noticing that you're highly educated. They're noticing that you're just the best. Like, I'm hearing that you're the smartest, you know, of everyone. I'm hearing that you were the best student here. And I'm hearing that they know that you've been studying and working, okay, is what I'm hearing. It's just showing your, you know, how determined and persistent you've been. And your inner and outer security. I feel like people are also noticing your charm, you know, and that you're just like you just like your personality, and you just have this way of just drawing people in. But I'm hearing that, you know, some of these people that are viewing you are from your school, okay? And, you know, they're just not as smart as you, okay? They're just not as smart as you, Power 1, okay? And, you know, it is what it is. You might have been drawn to Power 3 in the last video, a hidden enemy here, okay? So, and then we have empowerment on the bottom of the deck, which want to show itself to me. People are noticing your empowerment, okay? Your deep trust in the divine, okay? And that being united through the earth and being connected to source with such a deep trust, showing up fully and completely. You know, people are noticing that you're showing up and you're very present. It's like your senses are engaged. You're no longer like out of your body. Because especially with this resistance, I feel like there's been like, I feel like maybe the time that you took away from social media was for you to overcome resistance to your journey and your surrendering process. Because I feel like maybe social media have been like some kind of ego display for you, or, you know, you have been working on building on something, and maybe you had a fear of taking time away, or you felt the need to keep up appearances. But I feel like that represented resistance, and I feel like, you know, you resisting that and surrendering your power of choice to the divine, it has invited you to become a more grander expression of yourself. And, you know, people are realizing that, you know, something beautiful has grown from your consciousness, and it is reflected in this new expression of yourself. They notice that you're more creative, you're more courageous, you're more open, you're more joyful than you've ever been before. And it's because you've surrendered so much resistance. And, you know, for some of you guys, this lifestyle, or this hustler mentality, this hustler lifestyle, you know, was new to you, okay? It was something around your survival instincts and learning the nuances of survival and learning struggle, okay, is what I'm hearing. You just know struggle very well. And I feel like that time that you may have taken away, or where you disappear, or you went hermit mode, you were searching for more knowledge within yourself so that you can release the resistance. And anything, we're going to experience resistance when we're dealing with new, you know, environments and situations that are unfamiliar to us, when we are shifting into a new reality that is different to us, different than what we've always known, because our mind will try to resist it, our ego will try to resist it, right? Our ego wants to keep us in our comfort zone, but surrendering, you know, with complete trust is an intuitive approach, it's a co-creational approach, it's a heart-centered and heart-guided approach. Okay, and if you were tuned into my manifestation video, people are realizing everything that you've manifested, which is the crown, which is being the best, being the smartest of all these classmates. You know, growing some kind of booty. Okay, is what I'm hearing. Some of you came back with a bigger booty, and people are like, oh, oh, they bad, yeah, okay. And it was reflected in the work and the determination to achieve. Okay, that's what I'm seeing here as to what people are they're viewing your social media, Power 1. Very interesting. I actually kind of want to get a little bit more, so let's flip these over. Let's get one more archetype here, okay? Because it's like these classmates. That's what I'm hearing, classmates. Particularly, like, I'm hearing that someone was a year younger than you. This person, like, they wanted to look like you, okay? I'm hearing this, they are kind of like a doppelganger here a little bit, but like, not really. Also, it's just like you're the prettier twin is what I'm hearing. They're just noticing that it's like your shine is so persistent now after like a period of like hermitude, okay? Like, it's not a joke. Yeah, you were preparing for a new life. You were releasing what was destructive. Okay, releasing resistance. That resistance was destructive to you, okay? And now you're so fertile. People are noticing that everything you touch grows. Oh my goodness, Power 1. Oh, okay. They notice, I'm hearing it. This is an Aries as well, okay? So I feel like how people are viewing your social media, some people here are trying to steal, okay? There's an energy vampire here. All right, These people are trying to steal your creativity. They're trying to steal this expression of yourself. But I feel like I said before, it's kind of like you have a firm grip on the crown, Power One, and it's not anything that they can do about it. This person wants to be like you, okay? They want to steal your money. They want to steal your creative ideas. They want to steal your charm. But ultimately what this is that these are powers that they lack. But I feel like what you're showing people now is that they can't steal from you, because there's no way that they can ever compare to your talent, to your persistence, to your unrelenting drive. You never falter. So it's kind of like this time away from social media kind of puts you, like, it stopped the copycats, it stopped the thieves. And it was like they can no longer steal from you anymore, Power One. Okay? They mad, they're very upset, because it's like you came back and your shine has just been so persistent, and just like I'm hearing you've been unrelenting, okay? You've been unrelenting. I'm hearing you really not letting your foot off these bitches' necks at all. And I'm getting particularly around a group of classmates. I'm hearing maybe members of a sorority, or people like sharing some kind of network with you, okay? Some kind of social or educational network. And it's just, I feel like you just advanced so much in this hermit mode that you went in, and it kind of just like they have no way of catching up. It's like, so far ahead, these bums is lagging. See me in a new thing, bums is gagging. I'm starting to feel like a dungeon dragon. Okay, for some of you, they see you in a new home, or they see you in a new environment, and you're just like, they're gagging. They're gagging. Because I'm hearing that some of you guys, you just persevered and you got it by any means, honey. Okay, you did what needed to be done, and that's just it. All right, you grew your consciousness. How can we affirm our social presence? Okay, wait, what? Saraswati, the goddess of self-knowledge. The essence of who I am flows effortlessly into everything I create. What people are noticing about you, Power One, is that everything that you create on social media shows your essence. And it's because you went into this hermit mode, you released resistance, you became more embodied, you studied yourself, you meditated. There was just like so much self-knowledge and deep reflection on issues that were causing like the opposition, okay, the struggle that you were facing. And somebody here is very, very jealous of this booty, okay? They're very jealous of your butt, okay? I'm hearing that for some of y'all really, with this fertility energy, you really grew some ass, okay? And it's really slanging. I'm hearing you showing it off. I'm hearing that you are knocking it from side to side or something like that. I don't know what you're doing with this booty. But this booty is getting shown off, and I'm here, don't stop showing it off. Don't stop showing this booty off, Power One. Like, everything that you create is just like, it's so full of your essence. Like, these people, they're so mad. I'm here, especially somebody named that starts with letter C, a Scorpio. Okay, they real mad because they just ain't never had nothing back there. That's what I'm hearing. Oh my goodness, Power One. They're mad at your self-knowledge. They're mad at how well you know yourself, and how much of your, you're so tuned into your essence, and that when you create, it is just like, it shows who you are, okay? Like I said, your throat chakra don't miss, is what I'm hearing. Your throat chakra is all about your truth and validating your experience. And for some of you guys, you've been a slave to your experience. I'm hearing a struggle to your experience, and you're a struggle in your experience, and this new life that you've been preparing for. This has all been a process, a long road of you releasing destructive behaviors that you may have learned in these different associations around these thieves. I'm hearing that this person, I'm hearing a Scorpio, they trying to steal something from you, okay? Or they may have stolen something from you in the past, okay? I'm hearing that I'm hearing that they can't steal no more, honey, because you are so far ahead, is what I'm hearing. And it kind of feels like even if they try, I'm hearing that, like I said, your essence is being highlighted in this new display on your social media. Maybe you came back with a different aesthetic or a new branding. It just feels like you studied and you meditated and you just did so much trusting in the universe, and you were just guided the entire time, Power One. And you just been releasing so much resistance. You're so beautiful. And I'm hearing that your inner and outer security with the Steve energy is being highlighted because it's shedding light on the wealth within you that can never be stolen. You know, even if people try to knock off your swag, knock off your brand, it's like they never ever can compare to your legitimacy or your talent. Like I said, if somebody is trying to steal artwork, maybe you came back with a new skill or a new piece of art, and it's just like, even if they try to do the same thing, everybody's going to know that you are the best. I'm hearing somebody's name is Catherine as well. I'm hearing maybe they were a year younger than you or a year older than you. Something about this person, maybe they're Nigerian. I'm also hearing like this person, they're not good at it. They're not good at trying to do the same thing as you. And everybody's noticing. Maybe some people are from this university setting, these classmates are noticing that you two are the only people doing this, or, you know, this person, they just don't, you have, like I said, your shine has been so persistent in this one thing, perhaps. And this person, I'm hearing that they are doing it for like an aesthetic or doing, you know, it for like fashion, and they're not very good at it, okay? I'm hearing particularly someone's name someone's name that's Catherine or something like that. It's like they can't compare to it. So I feel like for some of you, they're very angry that they're not good at this. And you know, they're very angry at your body, and they don't have hips or something like that. They don't have hips, or they're just not good, okay? They're not good at it. At the same thing that you're doing. And some of them, they just might, you know, fall into oblivion, or it's like you're shining so bright at it. It kind of feels like people are not even regarding them in the same field. Like I said, they're not even regarding them as somebody who does this. I don't know, tell me what you're doing, Pal One, because whatever you're creating is like persistently shining, like it's like a continuous shine. And I feel like you planned for this, or you just like, it just is happening nonstop. I'm hearing like maybe you're posting or creating every day, and this person is like only able to do it ever so often, so it just doesn't feel like it's something that they're passionate about or something that they're very good at, okay? Or something that they can, you know, that embodies their essence. Because what it really reflects is their lack of self-knowledge, and that you should not be doing things that you're not good at. Ultimately, Power One. They feel like this time that you took away, or this period where you weren't sharing, you were just, you know, getting things together. And they're like, damn, now that you came back, you're like, they're crowning you as number one. You're the best in every environment, like every network. I'm hearing in multiple networks, okay? Multiple groups of people or siloed networks. It's just like you're just the best, and you have the best body, and you have the best look, and you're the smartest. You're smarter than them, and I'm sorry, I don't know what to say, okay? I don't know, I don't want to say any more, Power One, please. It's troubling, okay, how mad they are. It's like everyone has crowned you, okay? I want to make that very, very clear, that everyone in these networks, no matter which one it is, has crowned you to be the best, okay? And that is how they view your social media. And these people, I'm glad you took time off, because you advanced so far ahead. It's like they can't even catch up now, all right? Too far ahead, these buttons is lagging, okay? And now they gagging. All right, Power One, let me know how that resonates down in the comments below, and I'll see you in your next video. Bye. Okay, Power Two. Hi, welcome. You chose Jean Grey. I don't know. Jean Grey. I don't know. It sounds very Francais. Okay, but maybe some of y'all are from France. I know we got some people out here, some international folks. So anyway, you guys are, you guys are my leaders, okay? You guys lead because you know what needs to be done, okay? Maybe you're very cardinal. So maybe you are your sun sign in Western astrology, I don't know, is maybe an Aries, Capricorn, Cancer, or Libra energy. Okay, I'm getting definitely some strong Aries in here. Okay, that definitely gives like masculine yang energy, very determined, very powerful people, very strong people. But I feel like, you know, this group in particular, you guys, there's something, you guys might be members of the LGBTQ community, and you're definitely like, you challenge like heteronormativity. I feel like, you know, there's like you're just like very hypocritical of like politicians and hierarchies and like masculine, like male bravado, and just like you're very like there's a highlight around like sexuality and what, you know, the norms around it, right? I feel like what people are noticing about your social media, Power Woman, is just how like versatile your subject matter is. I feel like you're able to touch on a wide variety of subjects and work that you do, particularly this artist Jean Grey. I'm not too familiar with her, but I know that she just like was so like, or they were so like big on like creating so many different varying bodies of work and touching on so many different topics like politics, I'm hearing women's and gender studies, race relations, and just like supremacy and just like things of that nature. And you're just like, you just like have this way of like suggesting that, you know, of questioning and suggesting like what is actually noble and what the higher standards should be in life. Okay, you know, you're very, very like, and like I was getting before, like you're very varying in your degrees of like your bodies of work. I'm hearing writing, podcasting, maybe you even have a YouTube channel, and I'm also hearing just like short form content, like, you know, reels and TikToks, and maybe you're like even into beauty or like hair and just like fashion. It's just like you are very versatile, and you just like have so many different like ways of expressing these different like subject matters. Okay, like you really, I mean, what's really being highlighted here with you is like your attack on heteronormativity and just like the norms regarding sexual orientation. You're very diverse. I feel like what also is like being highlighted here with you is like your techniques, your skills at doing things. Like I say, your work serves so many different functions. And maybe you are very, very like functional as well. So I feel like you express like your beliefs, your political and social beliefs. Like there's a huge like emphasis on like engendering social change, okay, or engendering social empathy, because there's so like you're very inclusive and just like having so much respect and just compassion and just like considering, you know, people who lay outside of our norm, right? You're very, very beautiful. I love that about you. Okay, I feel like you're very intellectual. This is what people are noticing on your social media. Okay? People are definitely noticing this. Okay, I'm getting particularly, this might be an Aries. It could be a feminine or a male, okay? But I'm hearing there's something around just like your transcendence, okay? I feel like you're so passionate about these subject matters because maybe you have been victim to male bravado. Maybe you have been victim to like hypocritical politicians and hierarchies and heteronormativity that has just like, you know, caused you to become so marginalized. I'm hearing your marginalized identities are being highlighted to people on your social media, Power 2, okay? This also came out in Power 1, the Destroyer. We have mental, yes. You are just like, you pass on so much wisdom and you refine your students. Okay, I'm hearing that a lot of you have students, like I said, poets. You are, like, maybe some of you guys are writers. Like I said, you're just so good at writing, reading, podcasting. I'm hearing even maybe like creating music. But it feels like you've just been, this old life that you have been escaping with this destroyer energy has been subject to hierarchies, has been subject to bravado, has been subject to heteronormativity, and maybe you are fluid in your sexuality, like I said, members of the LGBTQAI community. And I feel like people are noticing, just how much wisdom you have and how you've been able to like express so much insight through your symbolic language and your artistry, okay? I'm hearing that, like I said, your creation, like I said, there's a lot of different forms of content here. So maybe you're across a lot of different media forms or media sites, like I was getting before, like a Facebook or, Instagram, creating reels. I'm hearing going live and just having long form, like, on YouTube, and just like some of you guys are really building like a very beautiful empire of mentorship, okay, of expressing your soul's insights, of expressing your soul's wisdom to help refine people, okay, to help people master themselves, even if they are marginalized, okay. Very beautiful. Okay, not that one. So what do we have here? Okay, so that's an advice for you guys. I'm not going to take it all the way, but I definitely feel like this is what you need to hear. Attracting money and prosperity, okay? Okay. We have Virgo energy. This is kind of what I was getting before. Like I said, you serve many functions, or you're very efficient. You have a method for everything. And I feel like even if you have I feel like for some of you guys, you're just managing so many media accounts, and this could be overwhelming to people, but it also feels like, or overwhelming to you, but I feel like a lot of what you consider this is like, your work. A lot of this is your, maybe you are a social media influencer, and your work and your duty and your obligation involves, passing on this wisdom, passing on these soul insights so that people can break free from the destruction that comes with being, of a marginalized group. Like I said, like something based in race, something based in hierarchy or social standing, something based in like norms, or, breaking free from religious ideologies or doctrines that don't serve you. Okay, it's definitely giving like a rebel energy for a lot of you, is what I'm seeing here, as it pertains to your social media. Okay, I also feel like, if in person people might see you and you're very shy and reserved, but on social media you're like, boom, I'm just like here to tell y'all, I'm here to break y'all free from these illusions, okay, and let y'all know that there are marginalized identities out here, okay. Some of you guys like Amy Winehouse, okay. We have Neptune, like I said, kind of going hand in hand with that religious or that indoctrination that you may have broken free from. Maybe, you're very mystical and spiritual now. I'm definitely getting like a huge spiritual energy that serves you, and not any doctrine that doesn't, right? I'm hearing that you're very impressive, okay, for a lot of you. But I'm hearing for some of you guys, even if you are a member of the LGBTQ community, you might have a gender identity of male, okay, or you are divine masculine energy, okay. What people are noticing is your divine masculine energy is your activation, okay, of your active and focused side. Like I said, for some of you guys, when they see you in person, you're very shy and reserved, but on social media, you're very active, focused, and directed in your content creation. Like for some of you, you quite literally, your job is social media, and you have even if you are a micro influencer, you still have been maybe able to be, I'm hearing you're getting booked for mentorship, because these people they value your wisdom, they value how you refine them, they value your symbolic language and your soul insight, and they seen that you, for some of them, they just was like, okay, I see the proof, honey. I ain't gonna flex on you no more. I feel like, Virgos have they're very motivated, to fulfill their obligations to society. And I feel like you have this strong obligation to society, to share this truth, okay? Because you're so passionate. Like, there's just so much wisdom that comes from it. People are just noticing that you're so wise. You're so wise, pal too, okay? You're very impressive to people. And I'm hearing your mind is like you just verbally attack people as well, is what I'm hearing. I'm hearing verbal attacks. I'm hearing you letting them know. I'm hearing you letting them know, and that you aren't like anybody to fuck with. I feel like, even if you are out, promoting inclusivity and stuff like that and well-being, namaste, head ass, you're still like, I will, namaste the fuck out my face, okay? Oh my gosh. Okay, family friends. Some of y'all just is preaching, okay? Power struggle and the sun, okay? For some of you, like I was kind of getting at the beginning of the video, and then this was kind of going to show itself to me earlier, the second house. That's your bottom of your deck energy. I feel like there's a lover that is viewing you, okay? And this person, there's been a power struggle in this connection, and I feel like it is rooted in family violence, okay? For some of you guys, it's just like, oh my gosh. Hear me out, because I feel like, what we've been discussing really has connected you, back to your roots, okay? Or connected you to your fourth house, which is your family, your foundation. Some of you guys, after, I'm hearing the sun is coming out, okay, after a period of power struggle in this connection, okay? I feel like you have like this very, very strong spiritual authority. And for some of you guys, this is your divine masculine that is watching you, okay? They're watching you be unique. They're watching they're watching with the sun energy, they're watching your world-facing view. They're watching, what they're noticing in your social media is your creative ability. But I feel like what is being highlighted is this person's influence on you, okay? This person is noticing how much they have influenced you, okay? Maybe even a father. I'm hearing that the sun definitely deals with like male influences, okay? Some of you guys, you've just broken free from a lot of just like oppression, and it's rooted all in the home. I'm hearing that all of this has been rooted in your home life, in your childhood, okay? And I feel like you breaking free from oppression, you're showing this person, the subtleties of their violence, okay, or their abusive tendencies. And you guys have been, and I'm not saying that it's just this person, both of you guys have been, in this power struggle. Both of you have been, destructive to this connection in some way, because maybe both of you come from a family violence, but ultimately you're very passionate about each other. I'm hearing some of you guys, this person is noticing that you have, you're, like I say, you talk slick, or you're just like, there's verbal attacks here, okay, with this poet. You have this gift of lyricism, maybe, or just like the gift of gab or a way with words, but you can also turn this into a negative or destructive effect. For some of you guys, you're expressing your passion for your person online, or you're apologizing, you're like, you're saying, that you were wrong, and this person, your creative ability to heal this connection and heal this power struggle with this person through your social media presence. And I'm hearing that this was definitely the right action to take, because it was more expressive and more, this person was able to receive it better than just like you trying to like excise control in a very, like in a very obvious way, or just like demanding things, because I definitely feel like you and your person are leaders, okay? That's why there's been a power struggle. Both of you guys are leaders. I'm hearing a family feud, or just like like it's gonna be my way. I'm hearing something about a family business, okay? And y'all, you know, you want the business to go a certain way, and this person's like, no, the business has always been this way, and it's and it's just like, no, you're like, I have the best, you know, I have the best, like, this person is surrendering a lot of control. They understand that a healthy relationship is one that both challenges and supports, and this person is just like understanding that, you know, they can't always have all the control, and everyone is, it's better when everyone has a role to play. Okay, and I feel like this person, what they're noticing is how organized and hardworking you are, and how unconventional you are, how reliable you are, how analytical you are at analyzing, you know, these negative qualities. And I'm feeling like, you know, with this family violence and just you healing yourself and healing sexuality issues even, I feel like this wisdom that you have, you've been sharing this with your person on social media. You've been letting them know that what you have been, you know, resisting against, you know, is maybe perhaps your spirituality, okay? Maybe there is a different belief system, or there is a release of indoctrination that doesn't serve either one of you. I also feel like you have been, you know, you've been attacking these and just like debunking a lot of, like I said before, heteronormativity, norms around sexual orientation. Maybe you are displaying a tremendous amount of pride. Maybe this person saw you go to a pride parade, or you just, you know, you're just like very, like there's a lot of pride in who you are and your fluid sexuality. I also feel like this person is seeing that you know, you're realizing that this person has just had like a lot of bravado, and just like, you know, a lot of like, has been just like subject to a lot of like patriarchy, and understanding that like there's just an appearance of courage, confidence, and security in a lot of males to appear a certain way. And, you know, this person, you know, maybe you're like, I'm hearing something about maybe your degree and your education, or just like maybe you have like, maybe you went to law school, or you have degrees in political science, but it feels like you're just like, you're like highlighting like that there's a lot of hierarchy and just like standards, and just like, what is it? It is when it's not meritocracy, it's like the opposite of meritocracy, like people who don't earn based in merit. It's people who earn based in like maybe their family social standing. I forget the exact terminology, but it's literally on the tip of my tongue. And you've been helping this person, you know, shed these beliefs around like that have been just like they have been conditioned within them, you know, to kind of like act out of, you know, these violent and just like these violent tendencies that may be rooted in just like these conditionings. And I feel like this is conditioned from, you know, families and generations of maybe trauma, and things of that nature. And I feel like you just been really like, the work that you do, you just have a variety of it, and it's just like been showing this person just like how, like the truth, like it's just been showing this person the truth, honey, okay? And your essence is being highlighted in it. This person's also seeing just like how strong you are, okay? You're very strong, and how you have like this will to succeed. I definitely feel like you guys are releasing this power struggle, because I feel like, you know, this person might be an earth sign here. I'm definitely getting a Capricorn or a Virgo, but I feel like you just are just like, maybe you guys, you know, you're not playing about being practical and organized and methodical, and this person's just like chaotic and just, you know, go with the flow and fun, and just like, you know, they don't have a method. And, you know, maybe this is like the root of a power struggle. Like I'm hearing particularly your work, it involves like your 6th house or your 5th house, your creativity for both of you, and your public service for both of you. And you're helping iron out this person's beliefs and helping them release what is destructive and prepare for this new life that is more, that is more in alignment with your work and your duty, okay? Because you both have a duty to serve. I'm hearing for some of you guys, you're really solving a social issue here with the work that you're going to do, and this is why you guys have had this power struggle. But I feel like both of this, you guys have this passion together. Like what is being highlighted is your passion together to serve other wounded children or other people who've come from a family violence, okay? You guys are destroying this old life, and it involves all of these different conventions and norms and conditionings, and you are helping this person release as well through your symbolic language. This is definitely a lover. This person is also seeing that you possess yourself with just like such a pride. Like I said, you guys are definitely displaying your pride for yourself, and just like how much you claim yourself, and that is like the most valuable thing to you. And you just like the second house also, like I said, this is your bottom of your deck energy, okay? They might be noticing your material things and thinking that you have a nice aesthetic and things like that, but I also feel like the second house addresses our freedom, okay, especially in our material world. So a lot of what you've been working through, especially around maybe your sexual orientation, or maybe, you know, your gender identity or your gender expression in whatever way, you have really been like freeing yourself, okay? There's a huge element of freedom in your social media, and this is what this person is noticing. I'm also hearing you are maybe discussing a failure in your life or a time in your life where you weren't as proud, and this person just knows that you've done so much work, okay? And you're just finding so much pleasure and just like in recovering, empowering, and in getting, you know, into the small details of what may have caused that failure, okay? And it's around a lot of these different societal issues, and you guys are I definitely feel like the sun is coming out. Your creative ability to express your failure, and it's reflecting your personality, it's reflecting, you know, you reaching a healthier ego, or maybe a distorted ego with all those verbal attacks. You're not playing. Some of y'all, you just get angry, and there's a lot of like intense emotion behind the work that you create. And this person, they know that you're very passionate about overcoming family violence and marginalization because of who you are, okay? This is very beautiful, pal, too, okay? Oh, goodness. They feel like you have a strong sense of duty and obligation as a mentor, okay? You pass on this wisdom because you understand that it helps free people, and freedom is the goal, okay? Always. So, how can you affirm over your social media, over your life, your passions, your work, your duty? The point of possibilities. The possibilities are limitless because the soul is limitless. Going back to that concept of freedom, your soul has been bounded by all of these different conventions that we discussed. You know, it's just been rough. I'm hearing patriarchy and, you know, just like supremacy and just like convention, right? Convention. And a lot of you just become a mystic, and you very spiritual. Like some of you are gypsies, or you're a nomad, you like to move around a lot, and this person's like, okay, all right. This person can't be bound. This person is limitless. This person has so many different possibilities for their life, and it's because they're so versatile. Ultimately, pal too. That is very, very beautiful. Comment your affirmation. The possibilities are limitless. That's it, and that's all, folks. I'll see you in your next reading. Bye. Hi, pal 3. What's good? Last but not least, you chose Drizzy, which is all about ambition, okay? The strong desire to achieve something requiring hard work and determination. All right, for some of y'all, you guys are from Chicago, okay? If you're from Chicago, what's good? Gang, gang, gang. But ultimately, people are seeing a lot of your native pride from wherever you're from. Wherever you're from, you might be displaying, like, this is where I'm from. For some of you guys, you're traveling a lot, or you just, like, maybe you just don't live in the same place where you were born. For some of you guys, these are people who are viewing you from your home place or your childhood, okay? I'm hearing something particularly about viewing your boobs or your pecs or your body. But ultimately, you know, these people are seeing that you are preparing to level up again. Okay, I'm hearing that you're just so ambitious. You just keep moving. I'm hearing you keep achieving. Okay, these people are just how they're viewing your social media. They're viewing that, you know, no matter how far and wide you travel, you always remain connected to home. You never forget where you come from. I feel like, you know, people are noticing. For some of you guys, you're a bright, young, new, emerging artist. Okay, like there's a lot of maybe local artistry. But it's just like people are noticing that you have, like, you're this new artist in your niche. Okay, for some of you guys, people are noticing, excuse me, people are noticing that you are like, you are a rare gem in your niche. So whatever it is that you're doing, it's like there's nobody out doing it like you. You know what I mean? Like, it's just like they can't do it like you. And it's because, you know, as this new artist, you're bringing something new to the table. You're bringing something fresh to the table. I'm hearing you guys might have been drawn to Power 3 in the enemy video. Like, for some of you guys, you are, you know, these could be enemies viewing you. I'm hearing particularly a Libra, a Gemini, and an Aries, okay? Or an Aquarius, okay? Strong air sign energy around this, okay? But I feel like, you know, your ability as a new artist to transcend your niche is like, it's bringing something new. It's like you're a trendsetter is what I'm hearing. But it's like, even if you set the trend, these people are just not going to be able to follow the trend anyway. People, you know, what they're recognizing is your successes and your failures. I'm hearing a lot of 12th house energy, okay? For some of you guys, this is a hidden person or hidden enemy, or somebody's pretending not to watch you, but they're just being so, like, you know, motivated by you. But I feel like, you know, the people who are viewing you, they're viewing your goals. Like I said, there's something about you that is like leveling up, and people are just like, they're noticing that you're preparing for a level up. I'm hearing for some of you guys, you're shifting things around on your account, or you're moving things around, you're organizing, you know, your content, or you're just like, you know, you're preparing, you're plotting your next move, and people are noticing you doing this, okay? They notice that you for some of you guys, you plan everything. I mean, you know, those who are victorious, they plan. If you fail to plan, you plan to fail, okay? So I feel like for some of you guys, even if you have not been planning, this is a reminder that do not show or debut anything that is not prepared. Do not launch anything without having a launch audience, okay? Business strategy 101, all right? Do not launch anything without having a launch audience. Some of you guys, there's a marketing plan here, okay? And people are noticing that you're about to launch something, you're about to debut something, there's a next move, okay? For some of you guys, there's romantic love here, and people are noticing that, you know, there's an ex here that's noticing you expressing passion for a new lover. I feel like you overwhelm people because you just start and launch things so well, okay? Your voice is so big, and you just have like, you just understand the value and just like having a methodical and well thought out strategy and plan. Not only does it ensure your success and making sure that people buy your products or, you know, see your artwork, but it also prevents any kind of copyright issues. I'm hearing patenting and securing yourself legally, making sure that nobody can copycat your work, okay? Also just like overwhelming people with the bigness of who you are as well. It's just like, you know, you busting out with this new situation, and people are like, oh, okay. And then you just keep going, and there's just like more and more of it. Like, it's like a well thought out marketing plan. Maybe some of you guys are quite literally into marketing, okay? I'm hearing the name start with the letter S. I'm hearing that you're very, like, you don't deviate away from your branding is what I'm hearing as well, that people are noticing. But ultimately, like, people just, they see that everything that you do is thought out, okay? It's because you set a goal for yourself. You made sure that it was actionable. I'm hearing SMART goals, like you're very measured, and you take an actionable approach, and it's very realistic, and then it's like really like attainable. You know what I mean? Like it's like, and you do it in a like specific time frame. It's like, it's literally a SMART goal. Like I feel like people see that what people are noticing about your social media is just how conscious of time you are. You're very, like, I'm hearing quarterly results. Like you're very, very, very good at delivering results, okay? Success, a lot of success. And even if you have had failures, you probably are realizing that it's driven by your lack of planning. So like I said, if you have not been planning and you have not been, if you don't have everything that you need to launch something, don't half-ass it. I know people like to get on the internet and say, oh, you have to start somewhere, and all these people pretending to be marketing gurus and things of that nature. But the truth is, we live in a copycat world. And while there is nothing new under the sun, we're all influenced by something. At the same time, you need to protect your intellectual property, all right? Whatever that is, okay? So, like I said, do not launch something if it's not ready. They know that you're planning the next move. For some of you, they really do. For most of you in this pod, definitely, I'm not worried about you being, a good planner. They know that you set your goals and you accomplish them, and that's just it, okay? Because you're so hardworking and determined. For some of you guys, you have talked about your failures. Okay, we have the warrior. Oh my gosh. This is what I was getting. I feel like with that ambitious energy and the warrior, people are noticing, just how strong, skillful, and like disciplined you are, and how much willpower you have, and how much sacrifice you have had to like gain certain successes. But I also feel like some people who are viewing you, they might feel like you have, cheated in some way, okay? Or you have, done something unethical, okay? You might have been drawn to Power 2 in the What's Your Reputation video, okay? We have Servant, and we have Teacher. I feel like because you are so ambitious, people feel like you just, maybe you are a servant, maybe you are a teacher, maybe you have, a vision for yourself. I'm hearing that your vision, like if you're brought under that energy here, visionary, your capacity to envision what is not yet conceivable to others, willingness to proclaim a vision without regard for personal gain. So your vision is rooted in your servantry. It's rooted in your delight in serving others with a free and loving heart. And it is not in regard to your personal gain. It's because you just love communicating knowledge and experience, skill, and wisdom to people and helping them, release negative traits and destructive skills that they may have learned in unconscious and low vibrational spaces. But I feel like some people here are trying to make it seem like you did something unethical to have victory. And I feel like because you accomplish and you succeed, they feel like, this victory was a win at any cost. Some of you guys are here from Power 1. Like I said, you have been crowned like the best at something. And I feel like, this, even though you are the best, it's like you've had to sacrifice so much. It's like, it was a process of you conquering your own ego, and it was a process of surrendering your ego and surrendering the resistance around it. And if your ego had resistance to taking certain actions that may have been shadow aspects, then those were things that you needed, that were opposing your materialization of your success, okay? Like I said in the manifestation video, I think, or in the second POW in the reputation video, which I think some of you guys are here from. For anything to materialize in our 3D, for us to have success at anything, it has to be polar, okay? Nothing can materialize without opposing forces. So it has to have shadow and light. It has to have positive and negative. It has to have feminine and masculine, okay? Somebody feels like, you won because you will do anything it takes to win. And, you know, I feel like this was just, you know, whether that was true or not, you know, whether you did something unethical or whatever, everything is subjective. And most of the time, these people who are viewing your social media or people who are judging you are people who are hypocrites and they're absurd. Like I was saying, like, you guys should go watch that video around your reputation. But it definitely feels like, you know, you have victory, you have success. And it's because you understand the nature of your cause and transcending those limitations and transcending those ego resistances. And now you're just like this very renowned teacher. Like I said, there's a lot of skill. What you're displaying in your social media is skill, honey. Just like skill. I'm hearing it's more talent in your motherfucking left thumb. Okay? I'm hearing you did it on them. You did it on them, pal. Pal 3, and it's like, damn, everybody is just shaking in their damn boots. It's like, you're so good, and it's because you are the hero of your own story. And I'm hearing that you haven't even winced or bowed or complained. Okay, you've had so much discipline. You've been so tough. Like, you've just been so good at conquering yourself. Like, and it's because it was this cause that you're serving, okay? The reason why you are so passionate about teaching, okay, is because I forgot my train of thought. Let's think. Hold on, let me get it back. This toughness of your will, this willpower, this strength, this dedication that you've had, this transcendence was selfless, okay? You know, it's you delight in serving others because you understand, you know, maybe you have been abused, maybe you have been taught negative and destructive traits, okay? Maybe you've just been bound by limitations, like a lack of money, okay? For some of you guys, maybe you had to trade some ethical principles to win, okay? Maybe you had, like, to achieve something, but I ultimately feel like what is really being highlighted here is your strength and your discipline and your hard work. They're trying to undermine this. They're trying to negate the work. When some things you just can't buy, you can't copycat, you can't shortcut. The truth is, Pal 3, and I'm sorry if I called you Pal 1. The truth is, Pal 3, what they're seeing is the hard work and the toughness. They saw that you didn't give up. And now you're the best. And now you are transcending even the limitations of your niche. It's like you are, like, I'm hearing you're pioneering in a new direction. And for some of them, they can't conceive, like with this bottom deck energy, they can't conceive your vision, but you have the vision, and it involves servantry and teaching, okay? And it's a good thing that they can't see your vision because they would try to steal it more often than not, okay? We have Cancerian energy here, okay? For some of you, these are your family, okay? This is your family, okay, that's viewing you, or, you know, I'm hearing that they're trying to pretend like they're not watching you or they're not bringing up your social media. I'm also hearing, you know, some of you guys, you're building a family here with Capricorn energy, and this person is noticing just how caring you are, okay? Yeah, 7th house energy. Maybe you have disconnected from a partner right now. I'm feeling like there's a disconnect or there's a separation, but this partnership is one that is very balanced, okay? This person feels like you're sweet, but you can get irritated sometimes. This person feels like you're very homey, and they know that you're going to protect the family just as much as they are, okay? You guys are very protective of your union and very protective of the family that you're building, okay? I'm hearing a synergetic connection. So there's like both familiar aspects and there's both new aspects, but it's co-creating to create something grander than you guys could have ever done alone, okay? I feel like, you know, this person is viewing just like how submissive and feminine you are. Even if you are like, they see like what they're viewing on your social media is like your masculine energy or your strong personality, or just like, you know, your active and focused side. But I feel like, you know, if you are a feminine or a female, I feel like you are just like extremely sensitive and just like very caring and nurturing and very sweet. I'm hearing something about you making this person dessert, or making this, you know, treating them, you know, to some cookies and ice cream or something. Like, I don't know. It just feels like you guys are very traditional, okay? And you are like this person's servant. It's like you serve this person. I mean, you like to bring them food and you like to make them comfortable, and you're very like, you know, you like to make it very homey and just like make it very safe. But it's like on your social media, you're like this teacher and this warrior and like, oh my gosh. It's like they see your vulnerable side, but on your social media, they see your hardworking, ambitious ego side, perhaps. Like, it's very funny. They know you're very caring, okay? I'm hearing that this person, they cherish spending time with you. They cherish you, okay? This person, you guys, with that 7th house energy, look at it coming out again on the bottom of the deck. I just flashed it. You guys are considering marriage or eloping, and I feel like you guys are going to achieve something great together, and this partnership is going to, and I feel like this collaboration is just like driven by the purpose of bringing, you know, of achieving something together. Both of you are very hardworking people and ambitious people, and you love each other, okay? I feel like, you know, this connection, I feel like there's withdrawal from this connection or disconnection from each other at this time, because there are like practical considerations. You guys might have been drawn to Power One in the enemy video that was just posted, but I feel like this person, you know, I feel like, you know, the practical considerations that you guys are maybe withdrawn from it or disconnected from each other, that may have, you know, oh, sorry, let me get the thought. I feel like there may be withdrawal or disconnection in this connection, and it's for both of you guys to consider practical things. Now, while there might be a lot of passion for each other and a lot of sexual energy, I'm definitely feeling like this person is wanting another round or two, is what I'm hearing. This person feels like you, you know, I'm hearing traditional relationship, or, you know, like I said, practical considerations of the connection for the purpose of upward social mobility for a lot of you, okay? And whatever tensions in this connection that may be driven by that, you know, is for, you know, to teach us lessons, but it's also for negotiations and agreements and just like understanding, you know, what role each of you plays in the connection. Like I said, a partnership, you know, both of you have a role to play. That's what relationships are. That's what, you know, we can have this loving, beautiful, sacred, divine, 5th dimensional connection with someone, but in the 3D, conditions must be met, okay? For some of you guys, this could even be a business relationship, but ultimately I feel like most of you, this is romantic love, okay? So let's see what's coming out here. Definitely a lot of sex here is what I'm hearing, okay? Drug addiction, failure, what they're viewing on your social media, and conformist, okay? What I feel like in this situation is that this person, I feel like you are showing this person your failures, okay? From when you were conformist or when you had a drug addiction, or both, right? And, you know, you have come into so much balance, and I feel like this person, they're watching you come out of your failure, okay? Like I say, some of you guys are preparing for a new level up, and it's because of this new partnership that you're coming into and how valuable each of your roles serve. I feel like right now you're facing, for some of you guys, this person is seeing you face a drug addiction. And they're seeing you be a non-conformist, and it's just like very beautiful to them, okay? It's very, very beautiful to them. Pal 3. So let's see. What's the frequency around this connection? Because it's very beautiful. I feel like you guys feel like you're at home with one another, but there's a disconnection right now, okay? I'm hearing that some of you guys have been concerned about safety and just like having that nest, okay? And this person, you know, there may have been disagreements, okay? There may have been some disagreements in this connection, okay? Emergence, okay? The frequency of emergence invites us to approach our reality with a childlike attitude of innocence and wonderment, and watch and celebrate the beauty that unfolds from that place. This is beautiful because I feel like you guys, this connection, both of you came to this connection with just like this sweet childlike energy. I feel like this connection is just so lovingly crafted, okay? You guys cherish spending time with each other, and you're very sensitive with each other, and I'm hearing that it was like a lot of vulnerability from the jump, and you know, this person may have expressed like something to you very vulnerably from the jump, or it's just like you guys just right away, you know, became very like, you guys displayed your care for each other and delight in serving each other very, very like immediately, right? It was like it kind of feels like Power 1 in the last video. Like, it feels like, you know, the difference between dating and courting. And I feel like there was just like a serious courting in this situation this entire time. And I feel like this person did not hesitate to provide for you, and you did not hesitate to serve them. And this person has inspired you to face, you know, your failures in life, and using a lack of money as a reason as to not, you know, as an excuse as to not move forward, and to have victory by any means, and to remain hardworking, ambitious, and to face even your addictions, whether they be drugs or not. I feel like you guys, you know, there's the emergence of something so beautiful from this connection, and both of you guys have just been dealing with like conformists in your environment. These people don't like either of you, and I feel like this love that you found has just been so beautiful and like a miracle, and you guys can celebrate the beauty that is unfolding from, you know, this place of care that you guys have created with each other. I'm hearing you're a sweet pea, okay? You know, you guys, I'm hearing something like your emotional world with each other. You guys are so emotional about each other. You love each other so much, okay? This person is noticing, you know, that you're setting new goals, okay? That you're still moving forward, even if you don't have, you know, money or, you know, resources in a certain way. They feel like you're a warrior, and that you win and you achieve your goals by any means, okay? And, you know, you don't need, you know, releasing resistance and self-sacrificing yourself, and just, they notice that you just, even though you've had to be so tough in your social image, it's like they around them, you're like a child, and like you're so like, I don't know, caring and just like emotional. They also feel like you're kind of outgoing and kind of unpredictable at times. Like, this person, they know that they can't bound you anywhere, like, you know, and that you plan everything, and then you're like a little perfectionist. It's like, you're very cute to them. You're very cute to them, Pal 3. Oh my God, this is so freaking beautiful. They love you, and you guys are balancing each other. And I'm getting that definitely what's coming, you know, what you guys are coming into balance around is, I'm hearing failed relationships and other just like failures in life where you've had to be so stoic, and just, you've had to have so much willpower to overcome. And I feel like both of you guys are really coming into your role as a teacher, and you're helping, you know, release conformity. You guys are not going to be conformist. And it's just like beautiful, like that's a beautiful place to be in and unfold from. And I love that so much. This is a beautiful connection, okay? I'm hearing family, honey, with that Cancerian energy. Cancer rules over the 4th house, which is all about family, your home. And I feel like, you know, what this person is, you know, realizing is like a failure of yours, perhaps, okay? That you're realizing that, you know, there's certain things, maybe a failure resulted from a drug addiction, quite literally. Some of you guys are drawn from Proud 3 in the manifestation video. A lot of you are manifesting your sobriety. But I feel like you guys are withdrawn from each other right now because maybe there is disagreement, okay? Or maybe this person was indifferent, you know, something drew them to act that way or to feel threatened, or maybe they are dealing with mood swings as well, you know. But I definitely feel like this disconnection is like not permanent, and I also feel like, you know, you just need to you need to deal with your emotional world on your own so that you can have a peaceful relationship. Big 3rd pile energy from the manifestation video, okay? But I feel like a lot of what, you know, this person has seen of you is like your one-on-one relationship. Like there hasn't been anybody else around to kind of like impact, you know, how you're displaying yourself. It's just been nothing but vulnerability and sensitivity with each other, okay? And you just delight in serving them. I don't know what happened, or why, like from the beginning, you just serve this person, okay? It can be affirmed here. It could be affirmed for Pile 3. They feel like they want to give you a baby or something like that. You're very maternal or paternal. You're very romantic, is what I'm hearing. This person, they love you, okay? How they on you is very beautiful. Okay, can I get one, please? But I feel like, you know, you're just a powerful teacher. It is because you had to overcome so much, okay? You've been so ambitious and you achieved anything, okay? So, the goddess of devotion, you've been so devoted, okay? I am love that doesn't leave. When I commit to love, my soul evolves. Okay, so you guys, these practical considerations that you guys are considering, I'm definitely getting you guys with the 7th house and the 4th house showing up. You guys are considering marriage or long-term commitment. This love will not leave you, okay? This is a love of honor, okay? If you guys are in separation or just withdrawal in some way, it is because you guys are making the connection functional and realistic. I feel like you guys, when you commit to each other, you guys are going to evolve so much, and you've already evolved past this so much, okay? And I feel like this partnership is coming into balance, okay? Especially as you face your own addictions and your own and acceptance around your own failures, so that you're not abusing or doing anything negative to the connection, okay? Or being indifferent to your person's suffering, okay? When you're in this lack of acceptance, or you're moody and you know, are lacking emotional balance, then you could have the tendency to take it out on your partner. You will never do that again, okay? You will never do that, okay? Because you love this person and you want to serve them and you delight in serving them, and being abusive to them doesn't serve you or them, okay? This is a forever love for some of you. I don't know what to say, but it's just like, it feels like, you know, you guys aren't going anywhere. And I feel like most recently, maybe something assured you of that, or there's just a lot of unconditional love and forgiveness. Even if you guys do get irritated with each other, you guys can't stay mad at each other. This person is noticing, you know, that you've been struggling a lot in your life, and that is why you are acting out of some of these negative and destructive places. But you are releasing that, and it's time for you to move into this level up with them, this partnership that's going to, they see your vulnerable side, you know, when they're with you, but on your social media, they definitely see like your ego or your heroism. You are a hero. Okay, maybe this person was your hero too, is what I'm hearing. Like I said, this person and likewise, both of you have helped each other's soul evolve, and you guys aren't gonna leave each other, all right? I love that so much. You guys can do anything together. That's what I'm seeing, Pile 3. This is beautiful romantic love, a reflection of a conscious lover. and your innocence and your wonderment and you celebrating the beauty. It's just like, they love you for that, okay? That's what I'm seeing, Pal 3. Let me know how that resonates down in the comments below, and I'll see you in your next video. Bye.